Is this too chaotic? Are people gonna think I'm nuts? At the end of this episode, we're gonna ribbon dance. Oh my God, there he is. I'm dying. I'm gonna throw up. This is rock bottom. I feel like we haven't talked in a while, one-on-one, just you and me. Welcome to Boy Problems, the show where boy, is it a good week. Just an amazing time to be alive and to have a show called Boy Problems. When I just feel like, when we created the show a few months ago, the world was full of boy problems. And now I feel like, what is it? The cup runneth over. If you are hearing that beautiful voice, it's my friend Kendall. Kendall, say hi. Come in the shot. Kendall's helping me film today.
Hi.
And we were really depressed.
Very depressed.
For many various reasons of a mix of the world and just other boys. Not even just the boys in charge. No, just the boys. All the boys. We both have had really bad dates recently. Really bad. And Kendall has acquired some ribbons.
Yes, I've turned to ribbon dancing.
Which is really exciting.
So cathartic.
Okay.
I highly recommend it.
Okay, so this is the tease. This is the tease. After this, at the end of this episode, we're gonna ribbon dance.
We're ribbon dancing.
Is that what it's called?
It's your life.
Is that what they call it in the Olympics?
No, I'm just getting ribbons and kind of dancing around with them, and it's
gonna be great.
Childlike glee and wonder.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay, well, Kendall's gonna keep filming, but obviously she is here. She's present. It's a woman behind the camera and a woman in front of the camera, which honestly I feel like would solve a lot of our problems if we had more women behind, in front. I want women behind and in front of me. I want to be surrounded by women. I feel a lot safer like that. I might even get in under the covers, guys. This feels like an under the covers episode. I actually just got this amazing. This is my favorite thing I've ever owned. It's called a Lola blanket. Can you do an ASMR on a blanket? Not really. Look at how soft this is. It's amazing. I really every day now it's been my ritual where I'm out in the world, I'm working, and then I come home and it's it's like 2:30 in the afternoon and I just like go under my Lola blanket and I just and then I scream, I go, ah! No, don't keep that in. We'll bleep it. Yeah, I'm like losing it. I'm losing it so much. I don't trust anyone who's not losing it right now. That's how I feel. I'm like, if you are not losing your mind, like if I go, how's it going? And you say, fine, amazing, actually, you are sus. You're a suspect. I'm afraid. And I'm also jealous. I'm jealous because you are not yet aware potentially of all of the horrors of the world and just how many of them are being committed by people who we've given all of the power to, people who have our money, who are hoarding all of the money, hoarding all of the power. And I'm losing it. I'm really crashing out. Is it obvious what I'm talking about? Okay, so this will come out on Valentine's Day or like close around Valentine's Day, and I promise this will be a fun Valentine's Day episode. But it's a weird time to be romantic. It's a weird time. I mean, the vibes are bad. The vibes are bad, and I blame the government. I blame the government, and I blame the just like cabal of horrible pedophiles. You can bleep pedophiles. Sorry, trigger warning. We are surrounded and run by pedophiles. The world is run by pedophiles. Yeah, if you didn't know it yet, Pizzagate was basically an insane conspiracy theory that there was a pizza shop that was trafficking, where politicians were trafficking children and eating them. Apparently, that's like the people with the tinfoil hats were right. That's really hard to process right now. That's really hard to process. And the emails, I've been reading through these emails and I feel violently, I feel like I'm gonna be sick. But this podcast is about solving boy problems. Here's how I can be helpful right now. And hopefully that this podcast can be helpful and we can just be, all hold hands spiritually. I wish I could just reach out into the camera and just like hold you and just give you a hug and be like, it's going to be okay. And it is going to be okay. It's just like, this is the last temper tantrum of the patriarchy. Like this is actually the rock bottom. And I know you're thinking, what about like March 2017? Wasn't that rock bottom? That's what we thought. Apparently, no, this is rock bottom. And rock bottom is sort of, I think a lot about this between like the sort of addict codependent relationships. Like I really think this is like it's a dysfunctional family system, and we have a very, very scary dad in charge of us, and that is not good and does not feel good, and explains why you probably haven't felt the best in the last decade. But an addict has to reach rock bottom in order for there to be change. And I really think that's what we're witnessing right now. And that makes me feel better because, you can go, oh, well, nothing's happening and there are no consequences. I think the consequences are consequencing, like I think that actually the final stage of the patriarchy, and I have said this a lot, I wrote a book about this, obviously the harm that it does to women and girls is obviously real. And I don't think I need to, if you're listening to this podcast and, you probably don't need the evidence that, the system we have, like sexism is like not the best for women. But I think what we're seeing now is the final stage, late stage patriarchy, where it is now like men are victims of it, right? Like the unraveling of men. I mean, men have been basically mined and like colonized by a small group of global elites, men who use them to build a political movement, to build more power and influence in order to harm women and children. And they have all the money. I mean, I wrote this in a Substack recently for a guy, and sorry, we're going to be done with politics in a minute, but for a guy whose entire campaign was about men can't be men and I'm going to help men become men again. So sort of that he was going to give everything to men and solve men's problems. Men seem pretty worse off than they were 10 years ago. That's my gander. That's my thought. And if you don't believe that, I would love to see the evidence that men are doing way better than they were 10 years ago before their minds and their hearts were preyed upon by, this group of powerful guys who wanted more power. We talked about this on the show on Friday, but they really just created the manosphere. Jeffrey Epstein created the male loneliness crisis. And I wouldn't say that the male loneliness crisis has been very good for men, So that's my 10 minutes on why I feel violent, like I feel nauseous and scared and I'm sad. But I went on a really bad date. Wait, Kendall, you tell me about your bad date. So this
really encountered the scary red-pilled man walking amongst us.
Wait, really?
Yes.
What happened?
He was a wolf in Echo Park musician sheep's clothing. And he was so hot. And he did hypnotherapy and breath work and yoga. And then I asked him about his politics, and the first response was, well, I don't vote.
Oh, that's a good start.
Yeah. And then it just went downhill from there. Just out here in our late 30s, encountering men like this. And then I overcorrected the next week. And
what'd you do?
Then I went out with like a hipster Gen X man who was just, I feel like the Gen X hipster liberal men are kind of mean. Oh. Well, they're like, they still are, the younger ones are like soft boys, but the older ones are still like sarcastic and cynical and neggy and like kind of trying to bait you. Oh,
he's just mad.
Yeah, he had a picture of a child in his dating profile, and I was like, oh, do you have a kid? Yeah. And he goes, yeah, I have a 6-year-old. Why do you hate kids? Like that.
Wait, what? I think a lot of guys are just depressed.
I think so.
And they don't know it. And then you are the mirror. You know? And then you're like, you're depressed. And I'm like, I hate you.
Really sick of being the mirror.
Yeah. Aww.
We both are.
Kendall.
Tired. But yeah, how was your bad date?
Okay, well, my bad date. Okay, wait. I actually, while you were talking, I figured out the silver lining.
Yay.
Okay. So the silver lining, we are going to ribbon dance our way through the chaos. And that will happen. And and because you have to channel your rage. If you are alive in the year of our Lord 2026, you need to channel your rage because it's in you. If you're paying attention. If you're not paying attention, then like I would recommend, if you're a woman, you don't need to.
The body keeps the score.
The body keeps the score.
I tried boxing and I just like wasn't quite right, and then I was like, I can get this emotion out with ribbons.
Yes,
I am a girly girl.
You are a girly girl.
Want to, so.
Okay, can you grab the ribbons? Okay, show us the ribbon dance. Wow.
This feels really good.
This feels
really good. Oh my God. It's really get it out. I'm telling you.
Okay.
$7 online.
Okay, so see, for $7, you can channel your rage into ribbons, and we're just gonna put that out there. This is not SponCon. This is not sponsored. This is just something that Kendall figured out. How did you figure out you wanted to ribbon dance? What was?
I went to a fundraiser for my dance studio, and they just had the ribbons as an accessory for people at the party, and I was the only one who got super into it.
I love it. Okay, but here's the silver lining that I was thinking about this morning and even throughout our conversation. So I brought this up a lot. So I'm sorry if I'm repeating a story I've already told, but it's one of my canon events where I come back to this a lot in life, and it helps me often. So I'm at this wedding a couple years ago. It's in Mallorca. Am I saying that right? Mallorca, in Spain. Beautiful, amazing wedding. And I am like down in the dumps. Okay. I'm going through probably the most painful breakup I've ever had. It was like we were like basically husband and wife, like during the pandemic. We got very close very fast, and then things really fell apart, and I felt very deceived in that relationship. There were a lot of things that I thought were one way and then they weren't, and I sort of like I think there was just some people lie, and it actually is so bad that they don't even know that they're lying. Like it was sort of that level of I know gaslighting is now sort of an overused term, but I was very disoriented. And back then I really didn't know myself very well. I had very low self-esteem. And so when someone said, your name is Deborah, I'd be like, is it? I feel like it's Deborah. And I'd be like, I guess my name is Deborah. And now I know my name is Liz. And so when someone says, you're Deborah, I go, no, I'm Liz. And that to me is self-worth. That's the like metaphor for everything, for me anyways. And so I'm coming out of this breakup. I'm really, really sad. And I'm at this wedding, and this guy, sits down next to me, and I go, oh, what's your job? What do you do? Cause I'm New York, back then that's the first opener, which I realize is not the best small talk, but that's what I asked him. And he goes, oh, I trained in the art of deception. Immediately my ears perk up. I'm like, you're the only person I'm talking to at this wedding. Like, cause I hate small talk. And this was like, oh my God, finally, I'm going to lock in. I'm gonna learn so much from this guy. I'm like obsessed. He basically uses principles of sociopaths and narcissists and like uses them for good in quotation marks. So I'm starting to talk to him, and I learned a lot of cool things in that conversation, cause he had a very interesting, he had studied psychopaths. And I don't think the guy I was dating was a psychopath, but that there were definitely narcissistic tendencies of, again, just kind of lying a lot. And so I asked, and at that point I felt, what was worse than the breakup and like the sadness of being alone, and there was like a double suffering in my situation where I was like mad at myself for having let myself being duped by someone who would lie so much, right? So I think that was even actually worse than the breakup itself, right? Was the sort of already I had low self-esteem, and then I was like, on top of it, I'm an idiot. Like I can't even choose the right people. And like I let someone lie to me for months, and all that stuff. So I asked him, what is the one thing that makes you likely to end up with a sociopathic liar or with a narcissist? What makes you likely to end up in a situation or in a relationship with them, right? And he goes, oh, truth bias. And I go, what's truth bias? Like, what do you mean? And he's like, oh, because you tell the truth, you assume that everyone else tells the truth. And I kid you not, I started to cry. Like, I started like actually having tears rolling down my face because I was like, I like exhaled. Like, I finally was like, oh my God, this didn't happen to me because I'm bad. This happened to me because I'm good. Right? Look, I'm not saying I never lied. Don't like, come on. I'm not like Mother Teresa. I'm sure Mother Teresa even lied, right? There's no perfect person and there is no, I'm not like putting myself on a pedestal, but I wouldn't have done that. Like, I just wouldn't have lied to someone that I like love and that I'm living with. And like, I don't think I would have done that. And so I couldn't accept the fact that he was like, that's why I couldn't get out of the relationship. That's why even the breakup was difficult because like, I kept being like, no, you didn't. No, you can't. No, like that can't be right. But it was. And so much of my, oh my God, healing journey, let's put a graphic, healing journey has been about acceptance. I didn't realize how much of, like, I just wasn't accepting. And part of that gift, by the way, because all of our, flaws, if you want it, they're all one side of a coin. And the other side of the coin is the gift. So for me, it was like, okay, with not accepting things, I don't accept things. And so it's powered my, career and like my writing and, wanting and believing that I can change sexism and racism and change people and change how they vote and like persuade people out of having hateful beliefs and stuff like that. Right. So that's the positive, like that persistence and like, I don't know, tenacity. But the flaw, the sort of downside of that is like, I don't accept people, right? I don't accept. And it powers me to try and change things, but it has also gotten me into trouble. And this is an example of when that was very clear in this relationship where I was like, oh, I really thought I could change this person. Or I thought, they're not really lying. No, I must be misunderstanding this. Or like, I must be wrong, right? Because that can't be possible. Yes, it was. And yes, it is. And so the reason why I'm telling you this whole story is that I feel like so much of what's been difficult in the last few weeks, if you have a heart and you have a brain and you are informed, even like slightly informed about what's going on in the world right now, is that it is really hard to accept it. Like, it's really hard to be like, this is happening. Right? And I'm not even going to list all of the things because I don't think I don't want this to be a space that is adding to that effect of like that whiplash of information that is like really, I think, hard to process. But yeah, like there's just been a lot there's a lot that's hard to accept about the state of the world, about the state of this country, and about some of the things that a lot of men are doing or not doing, right? Like what they didn't do. So I think we should call Travis and get some advice about how to protect ourselves from sociopaths. He's gonna think I'm dying.
Oh my Lord, Jesus.
Travis.
What the heck is going on?
I know, that's what I thought. I was like, he's gonna think I'm dying. Okay, so everything is okay. Obviously, like given the state of the world, not the best. But I'm recording the podcast and you came up, your brilliance and your amazing skill set and knowing a lot about sociopaths and narcissists came up. And as the story often comes up, I feel like I've told the story a million times of like meeting you at Ryan's wedding and being like obsessed with your wisdom. And I would say we're in a time where there's a lot of sociopathic vibes. I feel like there's a lot that has been revealed about the awfulness of the world and like the awfulness of certain people in power. And I'm having trouble like processing it. And I was like, Travis will help us.
Oh, well, that's a high bar to clear because sociopathy is inherently very confusing.
Is it?
People go for it. You know what it is? I think part of it is that Sociopathy comes with a moral clarity because you sort of lack morality, and that gives you a black and white view on the world. And when things are very, very fuzzy, you glom on to black and white views because they feel clear. And clarity sometimes feels more comfortable than truth or honesty. And that gets fuzzy because people sort of gravitate towards sociopaths during those times, I think.
Wait, I could not agree more. And that actually helps me feel better. You're saying these people are gravitating towards power structures that reverberate that sort of sociopathy because they're feeling very insecure, or there's a lot of uncertainty.
I think that's right, but I think they gravitate towards moral clarity, or the perception of moral clarity, at a time when there is none.
Yeah.
And that feels very, very good. It's not a coincidence that it's retrenching to this old style of masculinity, because it just feels clear to people. The world is a complex, morally unclear place with areas of gray. And sometimes the most powerful answer, the most honest answer is, that's really complicated. We have to figure it out. And that does not feel good to people in a time of instability. If you're unclear, unsure at all, that you go towards where solid ground appears to be, as opposed to farther out into the ocean. Wow.
So basically, because the world has felt so unstable, it has made people glom on to the most simple message, the most sort of like almost primitive, right? Like, you good, primitive, them bad, yes. Right? Like, right, because they're in a state of stress, I guess, right? Like, I mean, if you think about, people's financially are unstable, mentally unstable. I mean, we know the rates of mental illness and mental health have like been, really, really dwindling. And so it's not even that they necessarily glom on to the worst message. It's like it's whoever's saying the simplest thing they'll sort of gravitate towards.
It's simplicity, and it's the appearance of moral clarity.
Oh, the appearance of moral clarity, right.
It's ambiguity increasing deception, right? It's turning the dials up on everything. It's Blue Lives Matter and Black Lives Matter. So it increases ambiguity. It makes truth hard to find. So if you look at the 2016 election, the Internet Research Agency, by my understanding, caveat, was making Facebook pages for both sides of the aisle. They were just trying to turn up the dial across the board. It is extraordinarily disconcerting and destabilizing. And so the effect of that is it tends towards authoritarianism, because you get the sense that truth itself is not real. There is no ground truth. There is no objective truth. Everything is as likely to be a lie or is to be true. Everyone's trying to deceive you. I don't know what's real. That is a perfect breeding ground for authoritarianism, because someone comes in and says, I know the truth. Look to me. I will tell you the truth. I will lead you out of this dark forest. And it is very effective. It's the reason you see it over and over and over again throughout societies.
Wow. So it's like, wow, you're blowing my mind. So Travis, what helped me a lot when we met was, I asked you what makes someone susceptible to fall for a sociopath, and you said truth bias, because you tell the truth, you assume other people tell the truth. And I guess, like, to me, the silver lining, or it's not a silver lining, it's like a way to cope with this is to remember that the reason why you don't understand their cruelty is what makes you human, right? Like the reason that you are so disturbed is because you have a heart, and is because you are good. And like, that's actually a good sign. And even though it feels bad, do you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
like, is that right?
No, I really do. I think that there's a lot of truth to that makes a lot of sense to me. Is you can define yourself in opposition to the things you see as much as in commonality to them, and recognize that your humanity is proving a barrier here. But that doesn't mean the problem is with their humanity. It means the problem is with the world or the people you're talking to.
Yeah.
And I don't, to be clear, I don't really think it's a political issue as much as it is a cultural issue. That the world is complicated, and it is nuanced, and people who claim it's not are kind of sometimes your enemy. Right. And that reduction of humans to basic instincts and basic drives, it's not true. We are complicated, we are complex, and no man is an island, and we all have to just kind of do this together. And we do that, I think, by acknowledging the complexity of things, not stripping things of their complexity, and flattening them. I don't think that helps anybody.
Wow. Well, that's really beautiful. So what should people do?
Funnily enough, the thing I have personally been doing is retrenching to reading a lot more. They say novels are empathy training machines. I think all that's true. But really, it just reminds me I can sit with a thought for a long time and not be distracted.
Yeah.
And it's like building up mental muscles or sort of armor that I find myself less distractible and I find myself less reactionary.
Yeah.
I get really reactionary about the world.
Sure.
And I don't think it's that helpful for me or for my friends or loved ones.
Yeah. Okay. It slows you down. I think we all need to slow down. You know, I've been thinking a lot about the Serenity Prayer. Like, what can I control? What can I not? And I'm going to focus on what I can. And I can't change the government. You know, I don't have that power. But here, you know, I can help my neighbor.
We bought our neighbors flowers yesterday and just brought them to our neighbors just because it was like just trying to spread like little web tendrils of kindness or something. Like that feels really important at a time like this. And, you know, gifts are as much for you as the person you give it to.
That's
and so
true.
You get this rush of endorphins from being kind to someone.
Yes.
And that feels really important.
Oh my God.
Also.
Travis, I'm going to give flowers to my neighbors. And then everyone listening, flowers can be expensive if it's not in your price range or you're not able to do that. Obviously don't. But everyone listening, do something nice for your neighbor. Like us, whether it's flowers or giving, if you ordered, you know, or you made cookies, bringing them some, or just checking and saying, hey, like, I just want to let you know how happy I am that you're my neighbor. And then we create like a kindness loop or a kindness, pay it forward, you know, like a kindness chain. A cane, if you want.
Kindness chain. Kindness chain. Let's be part of a kindness chain.
Yes, be part of a kindness chain. I love that. They're not going to steal our kindness. Okay, well, Travis, you're the best. I'm definitely excited that I got to talk to you. I miss you. I was just talking about how amazing you are on the show, and so I figured I would actually just like call you so everyone can know that and attest to how kind you are. And I'm really happy you're in my life. And let's hang out soon.
I love you dearly. Speaking of kindness, Shane, you've just kicked one off, my friend.
We did it.
Now it's going to get reciprocated in spades. It's going to be beautiful.
Okay, so everyone should comment what kind thing they did for their neighbor, and like I'm gonna be reading them through. And then every time that you write what you did for your neighbor, it's gonna bring me joy too. So it's just like it's all gonna reverberate and it's all gonna be okay as long as we continue being kind. Travis, I'm gonna this is like the middle of the day. I'm sure you're really busy, and I'm thankful that you took this call, and I can't wait to see you.
Love you dearly. I'll see you soon.
Bye, Travis.
Bye.
I'm obsessed. Also, this guy called me. I'm gonna confront someone on camera. I'm so mad at him.
Who are you so mad at?
Why didn't you call me last night?
Because you were like, I'm gonna go. I'll be asleep. Don't waste your time.
I'm recording.
How are you? There's no possible way that you're gonna turn this on me. There's no way.
Okay, no, I'm recording the podcast right now, and you called in the middle, so I decided I would just take your call.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time.
I'm really good. No, because I said I was tired, but then you were like, but I'll get it done really, like I'll leave soon, I'll call you, and then I was like, and you never called.
You were right, and I didn't want to even risk like waking you up at 11:15 when I wrapped dinner.
Okay, well, so you were being
sort of out of respect.
Out of respect. Wait, where are you right now?
I'm like right by. Should I just come over?
Yeah. Well, okay, so my friend Kendall's here and she's recording. Say hi, Kendall. And we have ribbons and we're gonna dance with ribbons. You should come over and do that with us.
Okay, I'm not gonna dance, but I can record.
Yes, you are. Okay, men need to be better allies, and that's what I need right now.
They don't need to be on camera dancing with ribbons.
Yes, they do. It's the least you could do for us right now. It's the least you could do, actually.
Okay, what's your address?
Bye. Essentially, he's 24. I'm much older. And he's like, yeah, let's hang out after this dinner. It was 8:30, okay, already as he was going to this dinner. And so I'm like, I'm sorry, you want to hang out past 9 p.m.? Like, do you realize I'm an elder. I'm a senior, and we don't go out we're not outside after that time, way past my bedtime. And so he said he would call me after the dinner, and I was like, yeah, but I'm just like really like, and then I woke up this morning, no missed calls, 0 missed calls, but apparently, wait, what do you think? Do you think I'm allowed to be mad?
Well, did you want to hang out with him?
I didn't want to hang out with him past 9, but also he's like, I'm gonna hurry up and call you when it's done, like, so at least call. But I guess he didn't want to wake me. I don't know, you guys decide. Anyway, it's all gonna be fine. We're not like dating. Is this too chaotic? Are people gonna think I'm nuts? You don't know where this is going. I don't know where this is going. We're both figuring out the show together. Thank you, Kendall. Kendall's like, we need to lean into the nuance of life. And this is what this podcast is. It's like, it's not one way. It's not men are this way, men are not this way, women are like this, women are like that. We're all just like figuring it out together, and we're fighting against the machine that is telling us that we're from different planets and that we're all men are like this and all women are like that. And this situation with my 24-year-old is a nuanced situation, I guess. I think I just go to like, I'm very black and white, you know, and I think we all are a little bit right now, because it does feel like there's this like these evil forces at play, right? And we're like, oh my God, there's so many bad things, and it's like this is right and this is wrong, and yeah, there is nuance, which is scary. It's a scary thing. Anyway, it is Valentine's Day. We are going to be in acceptance about the state of things. We are going to slow down and let ourselves, I mean, we really have to be kind to ourselves. That's the thing I just keep coming back to. Whenever I'm stressed out, whether it's because of a global sex trafficking ring or a guy not calling me when he said he would call, I just feel like, okay, I don't feel good right now. How can I make myself feel better? And by the way, not make myself feel better with through something that is outside myself. So I'm not gonna go and on a dating app to try and get validation because I feel like, you know, my feelings got hurt, or I'm not going to go doom scroll to feel better about, like, to get more information about this horrible thing that's going on in the world that's already activating me. I'm going to order myself my favorite meal. Like, the other day I did that and I accidentally sent like 5 pizzas to Kendall's house. I ordered a lot of pizza. Wait, we have ice cream. Oh my God, we have ice cream. I got some free ice cream, and I really wish this is the part where, like, I wish this podcast was in real life. Like, I wish I could share this with you. So we have mocha mood pie. Wait, are these new flavors? We are like, this is an exclusive strawberry shortcake. Like strawberry. Oh my God, I'm obsessed. And then PB Blondie Bestie. That's you. You're my PB Blondie Bestie. Right? That's giving, like, you know, when you see a dog and like they look like their owner, like this is like this is your aura.
Ice cream aura.
Yeah.
What's your ice cream aura?
I think I'm leaning, or maybe I'm a mocha mood pie right now. I'm a mocha mood pie. I'm sorry that there's a lot happening in this episode, but you know what? This is what's happening. You know, we're in acceptance of our moods. This is girlhood, okay? We're just eating ice cream in bed. We have a boy coming over, and he's gonna dance with ribbons to show his solidarity with women during this trying time. Oh! That looks really look at this. Wait, look at this. Are you kidding me? Okay, if you're listening to this, you're gonna want to watch. Okay, this is actually really hard. That's what she said. I kind of want to let it sit for a minute. Right? Or do you like it really hard like that?
No. Well,
so, you know, in conclusion, we're going to take care of ourselves, and we are modeling it right now. We're modeling it. We're not just going to, it's not do what I say, it's do what I do. And we are doing it. We are really putting in the work of self-care. And my self-care is ribbons and ice cream. So tell us what you're doing to take care of yourself. Okay, so you have 2 pieces of homework. Tell us what a kind thing you're going to do for your neighbor, and then a kind thing you're going to do for yourself.
it's beautiful. I love that.
Right? Be kind to yourself. It's too hard. Okay, let's answer some boy problems while the ice cream melts. Okay, this boy problem is from Jen. I've always been a casual dater. Recently, I've pushed myself to lean into my relationships a little bit more to see if there is potential instead of keeping everything surface level, which usually just means physical and not emotional. But when I lean in and then realize I don't want to date them, I feel like the bad guy. How do I know who to lean in with and how to not feel like I am the one to blame when I lose interest first? It feels like I can't win. I'm either too emotionally distant or I'm leading them on. Jen, you're not doing anything wrong.
Not at all.
Oh my God. It's called dating.
That's dating.
It's called dating. And okay, actually, this is something I've been thinking about lately a lot, which is disappointment. Okay. Disappointment is not the same thing as hurting someone. Like, because someone is disappointed, it does not mean that you hurt them. Right? Brilliant. And true. I don't know why those things were like tangled in my mind, where I constantly didn't or feel bad when people are disappointed. And so then I do all kinds of things to try and make sure that they're not disappointed, which also kind of then makes me the bad guy because I am lying, right? Or doing white lies. Like, for example, a little while ago, I went on a date. I was telling Kendall about it before we were recording, and it was a really good date. There were definitely like some things I was like, oh, like, I don't know if we're going to, it's a first date. So you're just collecting data, right? And so on the date, he's like, oh my God, I really want to see you again before. And I'm leaving and he has travel. And we had not planned to see each other before we both traveled. There were like a few days left. But during the date, he's like, oh my God, can I see you before you leave? And like, I would love to see you. And then he like makes a plan for the day. And then the next day I get a text and it's like, yeah, let's just hang out when you're back. Let's hang out when we're both back. Can't wait to see you again. And I was like, normally I would have just been like, cool! Exclamation point. That doesn't bother me. I wouldn't have said that, but that was the vibe. I was cool girl. I'm not affected. I don't mind. And actually, and maybe even I would have like convinced myself that that's what I want to. I'd be like, oh, well, like, yeah, it is like stressful before a trip. Like, I'm going to have more time to pack or whatever. And I just decided I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm just going to ask why the plan has changed. Yeah. And I did.
What did he say?
I like hate the response. I actually like, to me is actually more... but see, that response gives me more information.
It's data.
Oh.
Not on the Lola.
Okay.
Not the Lola.
We've just dropped ice cream on the Lola, but Kendall is scooping it up. His response was like, oh, I would have loved to hang out. It just work got crazy busy. And to me, that's kind of like what I'm talking about. Like, I don't, and it's not, oh, this guy's terrible. It's just like, I don't like that. No, I just don't like that. I'm like, okay, that's information. And you know what? If I had just responded, cool, I wouldn't have been able to get more information about this person, which is, that's what dating is. You're literally just collecting information. And so it's not like you're not rejecting people. It's part of the process, right? To choose who's a right fit for you or not. And by the way, like, even like we were rejecting people. We're not. Like, you can meet someone who's amazing and just be in a time, like the timing cannot line up. And so it's never like, I think you're putting a lot of responsibility on yourself. I think guys also like are used to being rejected. Guys are kind of
guys,
it's normal. It's a kind of a normal part. It's kind of their baseline. Like they're hitting like 10 shots so that they get one, you know? So I wouldn't put, and I do mean this, like, I think that women think that men feel like they feel. Like, they'll be like, oh, he'll be sad, and like men don't. Like, again,
everybody tells the truth.
Everyone tells the truth. It's your bias.
Men are hurt by this.
You have girly bias. You have girlhood bias right now, and you're like, oh, he's gonna internalize it, and like he might not. He probably won't. I mean, again, we were just talking about nuance, and we're not saying all men and all women think one way, but you're kind of projecting your own guilt onto him and onto them, and I'm not sure that they feel the feelings that you think that they're feeling, you know?
You can't know, but I feel like dating is just like taking a class in each other And sometimes you drop the class.
Sometimes it's not the right fit for you.
You know, sometimes you're like, I'm done learning about this.
Yes.
You have to find out if you like the curriculum.
Yes. I have found that dating became a lot easier because I felt this, by the way. I felt the same way where I was like, oh, I don't want to have to like break up with someone. It's so uncomfortable to have to like send the text. But I started doing this where I would not feign interest in people I wasn't interested in. So on the date, if I'm not having a good time, I don't pretend like I am.
That's so,
right?
I need to work on that.
Right?
It's so hard on the
It
date.
is so hard. And I don't go, you're boring me right now, right? I'm not going to be rude. I'm not going to be mean. But if I am, if you haven't asked me questions, I'm not going to pretend like I'm having the best time of my life, right? And even as we've had other, Van Lathan, previous guest and friend of the show, he was like, in the middle of the date, you should say, how do you think this is going? You know,
I love that.
Be meta about it. Like that's what a date is, by the way. You're like,
That's brilliant.
yeah, it's honest, you know? And I don't know. I'm really trying to just be more honest in general because I'm realizing how much easier life becomes when you just really show like, and by the way, I think men are better at this. Men on dates that when they're not having fun, they're not having fun. Like
I wouldn't know. I've never been on a date with a man who wasn't having.
Yes.
I'm kidding.
No, like I believe that. If I got to go on a date with you, I would literally be peeing my pants.
No, I've taken men on bad dates for sure.
No, you're so interesting. You're so funny. You're so fun to be around. And you're such a lovely person. And any person who gets to spend time with you is really lucky.
Back at ya.
Bad dates.
Bad dates.
So yeah, you like, I feel like the bad guy. You're not the bad guy.
No.
You're not the bad guy. How do I know who to lean in with and how not to feel like I'm the one to blame? You're not to blame.
Lean in with the people who make you feel the most like yourself.
Yes. Yes.
When I leave a date, I think like, was I me? Was that like how I am and who I like to be?
Ooh.
And like, is the best version of me coming forward with this person? You can kind of tell with the energy, right? And if you feel super exhausted, then you're giving off energy. I feel exhausted after dates where I'm faking it.
100%. That's a really good litmus test. The garbage truck is back, guys. It won't quit. It won't quit.
It's doing extra credit.
Yeah, it's really, I mean, shout out to the garbage collectors. You are doing you are busy, booked. You are booked and busy, and we appreciate you. I wish we could go out and give them ice cream. Should we go out? There's a lot going on.
Should we invite them in?
Should we invite the garbage collectors into the podcast? Vote yes or no. Okay, taste test. How is the strawberry shortcake?
I feel like with ice cream flavors that are of another dessert, I just want the other dessert. Like I just want a real strawberry shortcake.
Should we get a strawberry shortcake? No, I want one because you said
imitation. It's pretty good.
You're such a strawberry shortcake. Like you're so cute and yummy. Remember when I made one for your party?
It was so good. It was so good.
That was a fun party. Kendall throws the best party. She throws a really good mean ass 4th of July party. So yeah, when you feel, okay, this is really good. I feel like it took me a long time to learn this, where exactly, if you go out on a date and you feel like you have more, like this happened to me recently. I went on a date. Well, it's my Sundance husband. We hung out right before Sundance. I talked about it on the show previously, but if you're not up to date, I had a Sundance husband. We went on a date before Sundance and then we like had fun at Sundance. But oh my God, what is happening outside? Is this still the garbage? Oh my God, there he is. There he is. Oh my God, he's seeing us. Not my husband. Not my husband. Another guy. Okay, I have to go down. Okay, so just an update for all of you. There is a man present, but he's behind the camera and he's thawing our ice cream because it's too hard. And you know, at this point, you have to give men jobs because they clearly don't know what to do. So that's your job. Are you okay with that job? Just nod yes. Okay, great. So I go on this date and I immediately not only feel like myself and like I'm having fun, I was like, I kind of want to like keep hanging out with you, but also like I kind of want to like run errands together. Like I don't even want to go to, like I just kind of want, like it's so fun to be with you. And that to me is like how like you should feel when you're on a good date. Like would you run errands? Would you go to Bed Bath & Beyond together?
Exactly. And I have not been on a date in so long.
Beyond test. You have been, well, would you have gone, okay, have you gone on a date where you wanted to go to bed, where you would have wanted to go on Bed Bath & Beyond after the date?
Not in so long. That is what I'm
so that's the bar, guys. The Bed Bath & Beyond test. So yeah, Jen, you're doing great. Don't worry. You're an amazing person, and all these guys are lucky to spend time with you. And guys don't really have as many feelings about things. See, like Amanda's nodding. Like they don't really care as much, and they don't take things as personally. So you can really, like when you lose interest, it's fine. Just send the text. Be nice. Be kind, and don't pretend like you're more interested in them than you are.
Exactly.
So be honest.
Be honest and keep dating as long as you don't have to know. You don't have to like know if you want this to be your person.
Well, that too. The first date is just to know if you want to go on a second date. And then the second date is just to know if you want to go on a third date. And then the third date is just to know if you want to go on a fourth date. And then, like you're just going on dates. And
it's okay if on the fourth date you completely change your mind about them and don't want to talk to them ever again. That's fine.
Right. That's fine. You're doing great. Oh, gym crush update. Okay. So, gym crush update, all caps. Hi, Liz. I have an update about my gym crush who was flirting with another woman in front of me. Okay, so this was a question we got for our, around Christmas time episode with Nick, where this particular person had a gym crush, but he flirted with someone else in front of her as if they weren't an exclusive crush situation. Like it was, not demure. So, we have an update.
Yay.
Okay. Ding, ding, ding. Do a sound for a gym crush update. Okay, perfect. Okay. Hi, Liz. I have an update about my gym crush who was flirting with another woman in front of me. A couple weeks later, he approached me and said he wanted to introduce himself because he sees me around all the time. Parentheses, exactly the advice you gave, and it worked like a charm. Yes. Okay, we got to talking and realized we have a lot in common. This was on a Monday, and by Saturday on the same week, we had a run date, scheduled. Oh, a run date. The run comes around and I'm nervous but excited. 5 minutes in, he drops the information that he has a partner, but they are open. I'm dying. I'm gonna throw up. It's over. I'm gonna throw up. Life's over. No, I'm gonna have to ribbon weigh like double what I thought I had to ribbon. Okay. Okay, this is not something I would ever seek out because I am a lover girl and I get attached. That being said, he ended up coming over that same night. He wanted to bring me coquito that he had made. That's like it's like a drink, right? This is like 4 days before Christmas, by the way. And I'm a sucker for acts of service. One thing led to another, and let's just say we explored the openness of his relationship. The sex was amazing for both of us. Yes, we debriefed. And now, because holiday craziness, I won't see him again in person until mid-January. I haven't had this instant of a connection with a person in a long time. I'm nervous about navigating this since he's in an open relationship, and there's no option of this getting serious. If you have any experience or advice with this, let me know. Okay, what do you think? Okay, what does the guy think?
Well, I think, should I say it? If you have ever known anyone in an open relationship, there is a huge possibility of this getting serious. So frequently that happens. So you just gotta put your head down and keep grinding. That's what I would say.
Wait. If people who are in open relationships do end up getting serious with other people.
Yes, all the time. Literally all the time. And then they break up and then it's fine.
So you think she should just like be delusional and be like, I'm going to end up being 100%. Because basically because they're in an open relationship, it kind of means it's not like necessarily.
Yes. I mean, it depends. All of them are different, but some of them are the beginning of a breakup for sure.
Whoa. Sure. Okay, that's an interesting take.
I was wondering if you were referencing the open relationships that are just a step towards a breakup, which I feel like is maybe not. I
don't want her holding on to that though, and like then getting into a thing where she's expecting it to become serious, and then if it doesn't. Can I have my spoon? Do I have a spoon? Oh no, my spoon is here. Never mind. Just thaw the other one too. Your big hands. This is a really good one. Okay, here's how I would come into it. I'm not an open relationship kind of person, or like maybe one day I will, but like for now, I need to be in a really secure relationship. I just know that. Okay, I've done this before. It's not the same situation, but I got involved with someone, or I didn't get involved, but they were kind of flirting with me while they were in a relationship. Or I considered flirting, like sending long messages, like that. If my boyfriend was doing that with a woman, like I would feel probably very hurt. And they ended up breaking up, and then we dated. But then I was like always in my mind, like, are you going to do to me what you did to your ex? And if that's normal behavior for you, right? Like, and it kind of never left my head. And I don't even know, I mean, it ended up not working out for a number of reasons, but like, I think that I never had like confidence in him or like trust in him because of how it started. So I would say, I think it's fun to explore this, but if your goal is to be in a secure monogamous relationship with this guy, like this might not be the best way to start it. And if you're meant to be together, you will be together. Like nothing will tear you apart. And so like you can state your boundary and be like, you know, I really like you. I would love to be, you know, seeing you. But I really want to be in a relationship. So if that's ever something you're interested in, I would love to do that. But like, I can't get involved if that's not possible. Like, and then he gets to be like, I really want to be with you, or I don't really care. And then like, or no, I don't care, but you know, I'm not moved to changing my situation for that. And that's like really valuable information. Cause also right now you're in the fantasy. Like you don't know a lot about this guy. You've spent one really hot night, which is so fun. I'm like so happy you did that. And that felt good. But like you don't know this person. And the more you say the truth and how you're feeling, the more you're going to find out about him. And like, then he's going to be a real person. And then you're going to be like, okay, you're going to be like, assess the situation much better. Does that make sense?
Yes. And I think you need to know if he is like philosophically an open relationship person,
right?
Or if he's in an open relationship in this relationship, but were things to change, he would be willing to be monogamous in the future. Because also if he's just like, no, I don't believe in monogamy and that's not my thing, then like,
you want to know that.
Then yeah.
You know, when you go on a date and you're like, within the first 3 minutes, you just, you know, like you're like, this is, the next 2 hours are just not useful for anybody, but I'm going to have to do it. And I told Kendall, I was like, within the first 5 minutes, was like, I'm poly. What did he say? I'm poly. What was the other thing that was crazy? I don't even remember.
He didn't buy your coffee.
Oh yeah, and he didn't buy it.
That was insane.
Because he's poly.
He can't be buying everyone coffee. Yeah. We went to coffee, which is like the lowest. I gave him like the easiest, you know, it's the lowest form of date. And and then I go to the register and I order, and then I sense an absence around me, and I'm like, where is he? And I turn around and he's like behind me. And then I go, do you want something? Like, I'm like, even if I was with a coworker, like I'd be like, I'll get, it's $5. Anyway, so that was with the first 3 minutes. And then I, you know, bless his heart. But it was not going to work out. Anyway, I feel for you. I really do. I feel for you, Gem Crush. But the thing is, like, if you had such a great connection with him, half of that was you, baby girl. Like, you can have a great connection with somebody else and probably many other people. So I would just remember, like, you're part of this magic. And I would just say the truth.
Be honest, state your boundaries.
Yeah.
And if it was meant to be, he'll adjust, you know?
Do all guys want to be in open relationships? No? You're shaking your head no?
Not at all.
Why do so many of them? I feel like there's something in the air right now, though.
It's trending.
It's trending.
Yeah.
I'm hearing it a lot. I don't like this. You went on a date and he didn't say it before. Like, he didn't say, by the way, I'm in an open relationship. Like, that's an easy, I don't know. I feel like it's very vague. And
It's happened to me every time I've gone on a date with somebody in a poly relationship. They haven't told, because I wouldn't go on the date if I knew beforehand.
Yes.
So yeah.
I don't like it. I just think and there's nothing wrong with being poly, with being open. Oh my God, like, everyone do you. But I think it's a little tough to not say it, you know, to not share that before someone then like has the investment of like going and meeting with you and stuff like that. I just think it's like out of respect. But that's just me. Okay, I think, do you have a boy problem?
Me?
Yeah. Can we solve anything for you? Should we go play with ribbons?
Sure.
Okay. We're going to go play with ribbons. We're going to take you with us somehow.
I do think if more men played with ribbons, things would change.
I agree with that Men should play with ribbon. Men should thaw more ice cream. Men need jobs. Men need things to do, because left to your own devices, I'm not sure it's working out. I think I'm not pro you guys going to war. Like, I don't think you need to do that, but I think there needs to be like, should go to ribbon war. You guys need to do stuff with their hands a little more. We're gonna do ribbons, and then we're going to be kind. Do something kind to your neighbor and share it in the comments. Do something kind for yourself and share it in the comments. And find jobs for men. Okay, those are the 3 homeworks. Those are 3 pieces of homework. And then I'm gonna read one comment from your amazing. Please keep leaving comments and leaving amazing reviews for the show. It really helps people find us. I'm gonna read one of them now before we go. We have ribbon time. The Kobe Smulders episode is one of my favorite episodes. It was so fun to hang out with another Canadian, a goofball, and your comments really did not disappoint. Amber Davis 97 says, Liz, you have no idea what this collab means to me. I love y'all so much. Jackie said, as a Canadian girl living in America, SOS. I feel that. I lived for the Canadian references in this. Kobe was so fun, thoughtful, and hilarious guest. Loved every minute. My only complaint is that I went by too fast and I didn't want it to end. Oh, that is like so nice. And this is the part where I just read compliments, and it's important to me. And then Audrey G said, damn Liz, back at it again with the incredible guests. I'm on the edge of my seat for next week's episode because you know so many cool people. Also, could you bring back reading last week's comment segment? I missed it last week and it's an iconic part of the episode. Well, it's back, baby. We're doing it. So we're reading the comments because your comments are amazing. And thank you for sharing the show with a friend. Okay, we're going to go play with ribbons. We're going to just go play with ribbons and that'll fix everything. Love you. Bye. Com Deus me deito, com Deus me levanto, com